What's up, Rad family? The release of Halo 5 is quickly approaching, though not quickly enough, so I thought now would be the perfect time to share some super awesome, interesting facts that you may or may not have known, but either way, you totally should know them because they are super awesome. For this video, I'm only including facts from the first trilogy. I hope you find these facts just as Radtastic as I did, so let's get to it. Number 1, it may be hard to believe, but nudity was found in Halo 2 for Windows Vista. If you're wondering why you may not have noticed it before, it's because it's only visible as part as the .ass error in the game's map editor. The nudity in question? A man's bare derriere. His butt. Microsoft offered patches to remove this unsuspecting rump, and they were forced by the ESRB to change the game's rating. What a fantastic way to lose your job. Number 2, who knew former Vice President Dick Cheney would have a tie with Halo 3? Cheney infamously shot his friend Harry Whittington with a shotgun on accident. Many people use the incident as a source of jokes, including Bungie. There was an achievement in Halo 3's beta dubbed Cheney Mania, which would be unlocked if you killed and shot 10 opponents consecutively with a shotgun. Unfortunately, they changed the name to Open Season for the official release. Number 3, Halo was originally not intended to be released on a console. At the time, in 1999, Bungie was planning on releasing the legendary game on both Mac OS and Windows. Steve Jobs had such high hopes for this game that he presented it on July 21st, 1999 at the Macworld Expo. Number 4, unfortunately for Jobs, Microsoft acquired Bungie in 2000 and converted Halo to be released on the Xbox. Number 5, Bungie was a master at marketing strategies. To have people board the Halo hype train, in 1999, Bungie sent cryptic emails called the Cortana letters to marathon.bungie.org, a fan site dedicated to Bungie's previously hugely popular series, the Marathon Trilogy. Number 6, interestingly enough, Bungie says the Cortana letters are not canon, which means that they do not follow the storyline of the Halo series. Cortana ends up repeating many of the same lines in Halo 3. Number 7, Halo 5 is set to be released on October 27, 2015, but Halo was originally not meant to even be a trilogy. Number 8, Halo Combat Evolved was initially going to have a whopping 25 levels, but they decided to remove over half of them, resulting in the 10 levels it was released with. Number 9, there is a Halo book series which is consisted of 14 novels and 1 digital short novel. Even more interesting, many of them are New York Times and Publisher Weekly bestsellers. Number 10, supposedly the very first novel, Halo the Fall of Reach, was completed in 7 short weeks. Talk about a productive workday. Number 11, if you combine the book series, strategy guides, and comics, there have been over 11 million copies sold. I can see why Microsoft was so adamant about continuing the franchise. Number 12, Halo is constantly making and breaking records, so it should come as no surprise that Halo 3's beta had over 820,000 participants, more than any other game at the time. Number 13, it's hard to believe, but the Halo we know today was not what Bungie originally envisioned. In fact, it wasn't even going to be a shooter. Halo was going to be a real-time strategy game. If you're curious as to how this may have looked, in 2009, Halo Wars was released and is done in a style similar to the original concept. I wonder if the franchise would still be popular today if they had followed through with the original idea. Number 14, Halo is more than just a shooter game. It has an amazingly detailed plot that only gets more intense with each installment. This is clearly reflected in the amount of dialogue lines in each game. The first has 3,000, the second has an increasing 14,000, and the third has a crazy 39,000 lines of dialogue. Talk about upping the ante. Number 15, the popular elite quote, "Wart, wart, wart," in Halo Combat Evolved is Johnson's famous line, "Go, go, go," played backwards at a much slower rate. How did they even discover that? Number 16, the soundtrack for Halo 2 is just so epic, and that's because Martin O'Donnell and Michael Salvatore teamed up to produce a soundtrack like no other. They included instrumental pieces as well as inspired by tracks from famous bands Breaking Benjamin, Incubus, and Hoobastank. Number 17. We all know that the Halo franchise has made an insane amount of money. To put in perspective just how much money is an insane amount of money, Halo 3 sold $170 million worth of copies within the first 24 hours of its release. That's a lot of money. Number 18. Have you ever took notice of the Covenant's vehicle names? They're all named after spirits. Ghost is pretty obvious. According to American folklore, a banshee is an evil spirit that's associated with graveyards. And wraiths are ghost-like images of people who are about to or who have just died. If you're looking for some nightmares, I totally suggest you giving some of these creepy figures a quick Google search. And don't say I didn't warn you. Number 19. Master Chief has been immortalized in wax. There is a 7-foot, nearly 300-pound wax figure of our green-helmeted hero at Madame Tussauds Museum. Number 20. This fact sounds unbelievable at first, but when you take into account just how much the average person loves pizza, it becomes a lot more believable. The development team, which consisted of about 120 people, reportedly ate their way through 20,000 pounds of pizza over the course of 3 years. But of course, you have to stay hydrated, right? It's also said that they drank 24,000 gallons of pop. No word on what kind, but considering Game Fuel has showcased Halo before, my money's on Mountain Dew. Number 21. When Halo was in the making, there were already a boatload of shooters already on the market. So Microsoft insisted that Combat Evolved be attached to the name because it sounded more action-y. Number 22. Developers have said that they took inspiration from James Cameron's Alien series to model the Halo universe. As a fan of the movies, I thought that was pretty nifty. Number 23. We all know just how easy it is to lose track of time when you're playing a video game. But this next fact is still mind-boggling. According to Bungie, from September 2004 through 2010, 20 billion, not million, that's with a B, that's billion, games of Halo have been played online. That equals 2 billion hours. Again, with a B, billion. In case that wasn't crazy enough, 2 billion hours equals 235,000 years of gameplay. That's kind of scary. Number 24. Since the launch of Halo 3, players have generated more than 120 million pieces of user-generated content from within the game. I got nothing to add to that. That's just pretty cool. Number 25. I find the art of voice acting so much fun. I love looking up and being shocked by which characters are played by the same person. That's what makes fact number 25 so mind-blowing. Cortana and Princess Peach are both voiced by Jen Taylor. Say what? What? Number 26. Many people have heard or watched Machinima's hugely successful Halo-inspired series, Red vs. Blue. But did you know it is currently available to stream on US Netflix? Number 27. During Bungie's first demonstration of Halo to European PR shows, the worst possible thing that could happen happened. The game's build spontaneously combusted, leaving the Bungie team to verbally describe the game. According to Bungie's lead writer Joe Staten, it went pretty poorly. Number 28. Even though this next fact is about OTSD, which obviously isn't part of the first trilogy, it is still kind of considered Halo 3 since it's Halo 3 OTSD, and I just found this fact far too interesting not to share with you. In OTSD, there is a poster that can be seen that displays a planet with the words "Destiny awaits." At the time, it really wasn't eye-catching, so it was often overlooked. But as GameSpot reported, a Twitter user sent developer Vic DeLeon a screen grab of the poster in the game and mentioned how it looked awfully similar to the leaked images of Destiny. DeLeon responded, "It's finally been found." That's one heck of an Easter egg. And the very last fact, number 29. It was announced in early 2013 that the famous producer Steven Spielberg would be producing a live-action Halo series that was set to air on the awesome network Showtime. There was a bunch of hype for it in the beginning, but it has been radio silence ever since. No pictures, no trailers, no press, nothing. So this has led many once hopeful fans to feel like the deal must have fallen through and the show has now been abandoned. And I was one of those people. But this past June, a spark of hope was once again ignited. In a discussion thread of NeoGAF, the show was once again brought up. One commenter said, "I think it's been cancelled." Frank O'Connor, the franchise development director of the Halo series at the 343 Industries, debunked the user's theory by simply stating, "You'd be wrong. The release date of the Halo series is set to coincide with the release of Halo 5, which is happening on October 27th, 2015. So only time will tell if it's really happening. But if it's not, that was really, really mean of Frank to lead us on like that." Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Let me know if there's any more Halo facts that you thought were super interesting that I didn't include in this video down below in the comments. If you're not yet part of this Radtastic community, well, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button and join today. Until next time, bye!